question here: for a tsunami that you've studied, describe the primary and secondary effects. So it's a 6 marker, so I probably need to do one develop point on a primary effect and one develop point on a secondary effect. So I'm going to start on a primary effect, because that's something you want to start with. Again, it's my first sentence, so I'm going to start with firstly. So firstly, I'm going to try and do some evaluation on this. So firstly, the most significant primary effect was that coastal regions such as Sendai were flooded. So firstly, the most significant primary effect was that coastal regions such as Sendai were flooded. This is because, again, I know it says describe in the question, but as it's a 6 marker, we've got to develop our points. This was because the 10-metre tsunami, getting some evidence in, tsunami went over the wall, went over the seawall, causing widespread damage. Widespread damage. Right, again, this led to up to 10,000 deaths, or this led to over 10,000 deaths, because the earthquake itself didn't really cause any damage, but the tsunami did. Right, one thing I haven't done here that I've just realised, I probably should mention the tsunami I'm studying, so I'm just going to add this in at the top here, because I've just missed it. The tsunami studied was the Japan one, was the Japan 2011 event. Right, second point here, so secondly, so I've got my first point. Secondly, the most significant, because I've done primary effect, the most significant secondary effect was the nuclear reactor meltdown. It's the nuclear reactor meltdown. Right, this happened because, or this happened as a result of the backup generators being flooded. The backup generators being flooded. Right, what did this lead to? Again, getting my connectives in. This led to areas, I think up to 70 kilometres around the reactor being evacuated. This led to areas up to 70 km around the reactor being evacuated. So what have I got here? Firstly, the most significant primary effect was that coastal regions such as Sendai were flooded. Get some evidence in. This is because the 10-metre tsunami went over the seawall, causing widespread damage. This led to over 10,000 deaths. Secondly, the most significant secondary impact was the nuclear reactor meltdown. This happened as a result of the backup generators being flooded. This led to areas up to 70 kilometres around the reactor being evacuated. What did this lead to? People couldn't go back to their homes. Couldn't go back to their homes or businesses. So, 6 marks, Japan tsunami. I've got 1 point on primary effects, 1 on secondary. I've got evidence in both. I've got connectives such as this means, or this has led to, this is because, this happened. As a result, I'm pretty sure that's going to get me 6.